Hey there, fellow shipbuilders, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector, Ashes of the Domain, Episode 34, Orbital, Skunkworks. Oh, a Legion. That I could have recovered, but I chose not to. So is this the... Is this the... I don't think this is the Nexus one, because there wasn't a warning beacon. So I started finding the 14th battle group ships. I just have chosen not to recover them. Oops. You've got a Radiant, 2 Apexes, and a Brilliant. Okay. Oops. I'm going to try to hold the middle. See if that works. Now, the Omen going west is going to have a rough ride, probably. Because the Omen is going to have a tough time even taking out Glimmers and Lumens. But it's mostly just for the deployment points, so they can stack our numbers. Oh yeah, they already have a Lumen there. That Omen's gonna, like I said, have a rough ride. And let's back up that Omen with an Aurora then. And the rest of the deployment points I'll wait to see if I can't save up for something bigger. Interesting Radiant they have there. Plasma cannon, tac lance setup. Most of the ones I've seen so far have been autopulse lasers. So this is the first. That's a relatively unique loadout for a Radiant compared to the ones we've seen. It might have something to do with the fact that it's demodded. Maybe it's demodded and has fewer deployment points, so it doesn't have the deployment points to allot for autopulse magazines or something. Come on. Stupid Fulgent's in the way. Alright, this Pegasus needs help. Oh god. It's gone. Yeah, I saw the pressure that was on it. It was too little time to intervene in its favor. Going toe-to-toe with, like, a Radiant and 2 Apexes and a Fulgent is going to be a death knell for just about any ship. That Fulgent was venting like I wasn't in range. Dummy. Yo, Pegasus, you might want to turn around, bud. That was interesting. All the tac lances of that Radiant just, like, fired off and missed. It, like, shot at nothing? Don't exactly know. Alright, so the Brilliant's gone. So now they just have 2 Apexes in the Radiant, more or less. Which is manageable. And I'm trying to keep the Pegasus alive. Uh-oh. That's gonna be rough on the shields. Yo, Aurora. Can you not park there? So the Apex and the Radiant keeps exchanging who's in front. so that the other one can vent, which is obnoxious, so I'm going to try to just get the apex out. Even if it really heats me up. Oh, here comes the missile suppression spam, and that Radiant's not going to be able to keep up with the flux, I think. Yep, there it goes. And this apex is about to go bye-bye too. 3, 2, 1, done. Alright, all that's left is the apex. I don't have a perfect, like, Remnant destroying fleet, but I think we're faring a lot better now with the suppression missile spam meta. Or shouldn't call it meta, but you know, if it works, it works. That's not it? Oh yeah, there's a lumen. I almost feel bad for this lumen. It's getting 2 Auroras to gank it. Oh, it did. The Omen took it out. That's great. Alright, victory. Pegasus comes back to us. And wow, nothing. No cores. Maybe the facility will be better. Nope, the facility sucked more than any other facility that we've cleared so far. 2 blueprints already had, and like only 6 databanks. That's rough. Alright, what do you guys want me to do next? Up to you. I think I've cleared a few facilities. That allows us to repull. There are more facilities nearby that I could plunder. Because we've got, like, just a big cluster of facilities here. But if you want me to start investing in the colony again, we could obviously pivot and do that as well. Whatever we end up doing, I probably want a gate. So I'm gonna go to the incineration gate. I'm feeling spicy. And 1 minute on the clock. At this point, we probably have the research for... Nope, still don't have deep mining. We'll have deep mining next month, or whenever I deliver the data banks we just plundered. Sashi, thank you for the resub. Cheers. This zone has... So this is the Remnant Nexus zone. But now that I have a bigger fleet, I'm not, like, terrified of it. Ships here was only a Hyperion, a Wolf, and a Tempest, so not, like, super important. And now it's fully surveyed. Cool. Earning credits to invest in colonies and fleets. Got it. Where are we making our investments? Colony or fleet? What do you guys think? I have made sure I'm putting these into storage this time. And if we are smuggling into the core, I'm going to change my fuel ships and cargo ships around for cargo bays. First thing I'll probably do is like some smuggling run into the core to try to make more money, because we have some passive income, but like I could obviously bolster a significant amount of the passive income with like smuggling and trade. So Kanto wants all the volatils. No one wants the transphotonics. No one wants the electronic components. Anyone want organs? Kanta wants some organs. Heavy armaments. Epiphany. Wait, how many? 400? And Chancellor wanted 200. And then you guys want about 2,000 of those. So there we go. That's our first smuggle run. Already sorted. Perfect. And you guys want me to invest in... Well, I'll leave it up a little bit longer. All I have to really do right now is make the money, and you can decide how I spend the money. In terms of colony improvements, if you want me to list them off, we have all the mining facilities that could be upgraded to fracking, and in a moment, deep mining, right? Because I'm about to get the deep mining tech. You guys voted for that. And then Red Fox could use a terminus. It could also use a lot more of the, like, you know, patrol HQ, stuff like that. It's about to grow as well. Raveno has a Star Fortress and a terminus, but could use mining upgrades. Tarmarin is about to grow as well and can use some sort of industry there, replacing... I could also consider upgrading farming. There's a lot of industries, raw resource extraction type industries, farming and mining industries that haven't been upgraded, so there is a lot of colony upgrades potentially to be had. I should have brought organs for Epiphany. I forgot. And then as far as fleets go, if you wanted me to invest in more like capital ships, I could. You know, I could make more Pegasus, Paragon, Invictus, etc. Well, I guess if you want to die. Is the Mule the best smuggling ship? Not necessarily. There's a bunch of, like, fairly capable smuggling ship. There's so the Mule is like a hybrid cargo ship, hybrid combat ship, the pirate one with the shielded cargo bays. But you also potentially have it's not the only one with shielded cargo bays. So it depends on what you want your smuggling ship to do, but I believe there's the Pirate Buffalo, which also has cargo bays and more storage capacity, but it's like a non-combat ship. And then you have some of the phase ships that also... I forget which phase ships off the top of my head, which also have the shielded cargo, but there are some phase ships too. Phase ships just happen to have like higher run costs than pirate ships. You know, phase ships are always more expensive because they're delicate machinery type ships. And you guys want me to invest in the colony. Got it. So, we'll earn a little bit of money and then decide on where to put the money. Come on, Aurora. Skin in the game, please. Aurora's just like, I don't know about that. Really? You're going after Hyperion? Okay. Thanks. Well, luckily, I do insane burst damage and just blew up the Eradicator that was in my face so I could vent. Because, you know, why not? You thought I was turtling. Just kidding. Kaboom. Imagine thinking, oh god, we have their capital ship on the ropes, and then like all of a sudden the shields drop and it's just like blam and you're dead. Like there was no warning or delay. They really did go from, wait, they had data banks? What the hell? The hell did you have data banks for? So unfortunately, I was gonna smuggle here, but I just destroyed their fleet. So they're, yeah, I can't sell things here anymore. Oh, well, whatever. I got to kick some Pather butt. It doesn't really matter to me. They got to die. I'll find somewhere else to buy it. Oops, I drifted. Red Fox just grew. I'm not really sure what kind of industry Red Fox would even benefit from. Obviously, fuel production, I wouldn't be able to do synchrotron core here. It could be heavy production. It could be a second heavy production facility. Or just straight up underworld if we had enough, stability. But the underworld has a massive stability penalty. We'll have to, I'll earn a little bit more money and then think about that. So Epiphany's not buying this stuff. I'll just sell it all here because I lost my, so we'll go to Nordia for the rest of the heavy machinery, I guess. And that is in Asconia. I'll even sell you weapons. Well, we're now sitting over a mill. In 36 days, we'll have the Orbital Skunkworks. What does the Underworld do? So the Underworld, if added, is a colony income bonus 40%. Kind of like commerce. So the commerce is 25%. And then I guess it's sort of similar to the resorts. Well, the resort center is a little bit different, actually. So it's like a commerce center, but, you know, for a black market. It also, if I'm not mistaken, will add a functional black market, kind of like commerce adds an open market to your colony. So your current colony will actually have a black market to potentially interact with. Okay, so that smuggle run is done. Cool. And let's get back to our worlds to smuggle in a new load of stuff. How much does Cinderia hate us now? So we do have Pather cells active for Nabla, but Nabla's already stability 10, so I can just effectively ignore it. It's not having really any effect unless it... Yeah, it probably won't have any effect, realistically. So what planet... I'm going to have you decide like this. What planet to invest in? Dolio, Nabla, Tarmarin, Raveno, or Red Fox. And as far as Dolio goes, one thing that we could do is upgrade the mining for fracking to exploit more ore and organics. And I think that's probably all that we can do on Dolio. On Nabla, we could also upgrade the mining. It does happen to have the autonomous mental bore, but if we did that, we would probably want to wait for the deep mining research, which I probably can queue up right now. Yep. So in 120 days, we'll have deep mining, which maybe we set up on Nabla. Now, there is... Nabla has moderate rare ore deposits. Raveno, Tarmarin, Red Fox. It's the only place with transmutonic ore. So it does make sense to put deep mining on Nabla. But because we won't have deep mining to be accessible for a bit, maybe it makes sense to wait for the research to be done. And there's not really anything else to do on Nabla unless we wanted to add some sort of like planetary defense force, which I think is unnecessary. I think the likelihood of us getting invaded is really low. For Tarmarin, we could upgrade mining or farming. The farming could go to the artisanal farming, like we have on Dolio, or the subsidized farming. Probably lean towards artisanal farming because we don't have more soil nanites to issue. Well, actually, we have soil nanites. No, I take that back. We could do our the subsidized farming because it would benefit from soil nanites that are here. So that's a possibility, or there's mining possibility. But those are the major ones. Then if we chose Raveno. Oh, and the other thing is Tarmarin is very soon, in like 2 months, going to get a pop boom. They're going to have another industry. For Raveno, it is in the process of already getting blast for more fuel production. But it also could use a mining upgrade to fracking. And then Red Fox could use another industry or a mining upgrade for fracking. I believe if the fracking, I think actually would be a negative on Red Fox though. Because it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 base. Maybe it would be an upgrade. I'm not really sure. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we would lose the advantage of the plasma dynamo. Because I don't think the other industries can benefit from the plasma dynamo, but for me to make sure, I could actually physically go to Red Fox and inspect the plasma dynamo to see what it can be installed upon. But there's another industry to be put there. Long and short of it. Have you guys decide on that? And while you vote on that, I am going to deliver some of the databanks, because I definitely don't need to hold on to them. Epiphany is a no-go. We could deliver armaments to Kror. Why not? Marines to Chancellor. Valdals to Dolio. That's interesting. So I'm not going to move Valdals around because apparently there's a deficit here at home. So many organs. I mean, there's a lot of places that want food, but like the profit per unit of food is like 12. Whereas the profit per unit of heavy armaments is like 491. So I'm choosing the things that will actually make money, which is to say, maybe I'll do 1,000 Lux goods. And that will be my smuggle run. So we'll smuggle this back into the core, and then I'll do the databank delivery, because we already have deep mining queued up, so I don't need to deliver the databanks just yet. So where was I heading? Kror and Asconia. Akara. Chancellor. Alright, so we'll go to the Chancellor first. Or no, we'll go to the Asconia first. There is a research station in Rome. Okay. Looks like you guys want me to invest in Raveno. Got it. What mission do I have on that world? The Usurpers. It's It's a mission I don't intend to do. It's a story mission that I'm not interested in. So the first one was Raveno. So taking a look at Raveno, it's about to get its blast furnace for fuel production. And it could use mining upgrade. So I'm going to choose the upgrade for fracking. Done. And then, that's about all I want to put on it. So it's been invested in. The second one you wanted was Red Fox. And Red Fox can benefit from an industry. What industry to add to Red Fox? Commerce. I'm going to skip fuel production. Because it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't have, there's not a colony item benefit there. Heavy production, light production. So right now I have 2 heavy production facilities, I believe. Let me double check. I think I have one at Raveno. No, maybe I don't. I thought I had one at Raveno, but I suppose I don't. For heavy industry. Is that really? No, yeah, I think that's my only heavy industry at Nabla. So Nabla has 1 heavy industry. Right, Nabla has the Orbital Manufactorum heavy industry. So I could add heavy industry here. If you're wondering, the Pristine Nanoforge requirements is that if it's a habitable world, it like causes pollution, so it's less finicky than a lot of the other colony items. So we could do heavy industry. I also only have 1 light industry, which is at Tarmarin. So I could benefit from both heavy or light industry. Now keep in mind, Tarmarin will have spot for 1 more industry in like a month or 2 months. Raveno will have spot for 1 more industry in a while, and then Red Fox only has 1 of the 4 industries. So I could do heavy industry, light industry. I could eventually do both, which is not totally unreasonable. I could also do high command if you want. Smelting. Now the colony item for smelting, I already have 2 smelters, but the colony item for smelting wouldn't be installable here because it requires no atmosphere, which of course I have an atmosphere. It's a gas giant, so I could add smelting, but it would never be able to be boosted by a colony item. I could also, I can't do Resort Center because it's not a habitable planet. I could do Underworld, and it would be my first Underworld, but I would need to worry about stability penalties because it would bring my stability down to 2. So I would need to fix that by adding stability. And yeah. So 1 industry to add to Red Fox, will be up to you. And while you vote on that, I'm going to upgrade the Terminus. And more. Then I'm going to hop over to Naraka. Do the rest of the smuggling. Where in Naraka did it want me to? Where was I selling this? At Natch. All right. And Jordan, cheers. All right, Raveno's blast furnace is done, making a lot more fuel. So if we take a look at the market share 50%. Oh, Sindrian, how's that feel? Hard, right? Real rough. Real rough. I just kicked them out of the global market leader. Well, that means crisis is big. So we're going to have a Sindrian Dictec crisis soon-ish. which is fine. You know, we're managing one foreign power at a time, so they're going to be next. And then probably hedge. All right, let's get these. Oh, yeah, you can scan me. Sure. It's literally nothing that I need to hide. Oh, look, they have an onslaught for sale. That's cool. So let's go over to Tarmarin to deliver all the daybanks. And add light industry to Red Fox. Seems to be the popular option. So as far as the light industry path goes, if we open up the research tree, we have one light industry went towards the high-tech industry, which is to make electronic components and lux goods. Another path is to go drugs or consumer goods, right? For food and lux goods. So we can have Red Fox go the consumer goods production route or double up on the high-tech industry route. It's worth noting, however, the electronic components don't add to my... so a lot of the... Well, let me back it up a minute. A lot of the high-level smelting stuff that we're making on, like, let's say, Nabla, the purified transmutonics, for instance, don't bring in a lot of exports per month. As you can see, it's 24,000 exports per month in terms of money, even though we control 71% of the global market. Put in that perspective, that's akin to, you know, that's like half of our transmutonic, for instance, or about the, you know, about the same as a lot of the other industries. My point being, even though the items themselves are super highly valuable, there's not really a demand anywhere else for them because these resources are only really used in like late game sort of megastructure type facilities. So the other factions want some, but not much. They won't pay much, even though they're worth a lot. Definitely is also true of the electronic components. In this case, the electronic components that we have made on Dolio. Or no, who makes electronic components? Tarmarin? Literally bring in 0 per month. There is no demand. Nobody wants them. Right? So I might need the electronic components to support my own industries, but the other factions don't give two poops about them, so they don't add to our overall wealth. So if I do invest in light industry, it might make sense to have Red Fox temporarily go towards the consumer goods path, and then if at any point I need more electronic components supplied within my own empire to support megastructures or something like that, I can always pivot and repurpose the consumer goods production to electronic goods or high-tech industry. And I think that might make the most sense, just so that I get the most bang out of my buck. Because, you know, for now, one could even argue that the high-tech industry at Tarmarin doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make money. It costs money. It costs 9K and makes 0. And uses up heavy industry and organics that also could be sold. So the monthly upkeep is not even a true calculation, because it's taking resources and producing goods for nothing. So it's just food for thought. So a lot of the industries that are added into the Ashes of the Domain don't help your economy. They help your empire building, I guess is the TLDR. And that's also true of the Orbital Skunkworks and true of the high-tech and a lot of the higher level alloy production. So Some of the alloy production is wanted, as you can see with these. Purified transplutonics do make money, but some don't, like the electronic components. All right, what was I doing here? I got super distracted. I'm delivering databanks, I think. Yeah. And Skunkworks in 7 days. Nice. Make the mule battle-worthy out of respect? It's not battle-worthy. It's about as set up as it can be. Minus, like, S-mods, which would be a silly investment for a mule. Natch wants Vaudles. You want drugs. Nobody wants... So, here's the demand. Literally, no one's using electronic components, so I can't sell it anywhere. The Starworks wants 800 drugs. And the Starworks wants... There's not a lot of money overhead on these metals, but, like, I'll sell them all the metals anyway. They also want food. I guess the Starworks got, like, hit hard by someone. Because they're asking for, like, every resource. So, we'll head over to the Starworks and sell everything I just picked up for our trouble. I wonder whose fleet was that? Pegasus, so it was probably like Syndria. Maybe. Once we have the Skunkworks, I'm gonna which just got done now. I am then going to have to wait a few days to start building up resources of domain grain machinery, which is super important for empire building. And then once we have some domain grade machinery, I can set up another stability point in Tarshish and set up a worm, the wormhole again. So that's my next priority. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Ashes of the Domain, which originally streamed live on Twitch February 28th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow ship captains.